What's up, you guys? Yussef with the FAIM Gang. Another edition of Beers with the FAIM Gang, except this is a special edition episode because we're actually doing waters with the FAIM Gang, because this is actually my boxing coach, Joanne with Infallible Fit. And if we were to have beer, she would kill me. So at the end of the day, we're having some water. So Joanne, tell people who you are and what Infallible Fit's about.
Alright, so Infallible Fit, we work on getting you past your fitness excuses one habit at a time. And what we do different is that we focus on, it is weight loss, boxing as well, but we focus on changing the habits of everyone. You know, we try to lose weight, we try to do something to improve our fitness level, but a lot of the times it doesn't last that long. We don't maintain it because we don't change our habits. Yeah,
hell yeah. And so like I said, we've been working together on some boxing stuff just recently, but I've been getting my ass worked. So yeah, she's a total badass. Tell them a little bit about your boxing history, because man, you're a beast, and people need to know.
All right, I've been boxing for 15 years. I started fighting about 2 years ago, and I'm an amateur fighter right now. I have 8 fights. I'm 6-2, and I'm in the process of going pro.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So as you guys know, man, the FAIM Gang is all about like empowering a relentless movement, about encouraging entrepreneurs. And when I thought of like who I would bring on next for the Beers with the FAIM Gang, I obviously thought of Joanne, because she's got a crazy background. And not just that, I mean, just to be a boxer, dude, that's crazy. Like, I know a lot of the times we watch the TV and we're like, oh man, I would just hit him. Dude, it feels like death in there, and sometimes you're just so exhausted, and you have, you know, somebody trying to kill you, and that to me is relentless. To have the courage to go out and perform, and knowing that somebody's out there wanting to kill you. So tell us what motivates you, what makes you hungry to go out there and kick somebody, or not kick somebody, but punch somebody in the face and defend yourself.
You know, it's the mental aspect of fighting. Because you can be like the best boxer in the world, but if your mental's not there, you're gonna get whooped, you know. And so fighting, even if it's just sparring, it helps me develop my mindset. Like when I'm tired and I want to give up, I have to fight that, and I got to tell myself I have to keep going no matter what, you know, until that bell rings. I have to like still give my 110% no matter how exhausted I am. So, and then I take that, what I learned from that, and I take that into other aspects of my life.
Like business.
Yeah, like business, you know. It's the same traits, the discipline, the trial and error, the failures, the
everything,
grit.
I definitely get it. So when you're fighting, it's like when you're in the ring, what are you thinking, if anything?
If anything, honestly, I'm like laser focused on my opponent, and then making sure that I hear my coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know, you can only see so much when you're in there, and your coach is another pair of eyes for you. Yeah. So, you know,
That's funny. Most people black out. Like, I've actually blacked out in like sparring matches or anything like that. I just totally go blank, and I don't even know where I'm at. And like 3 minutes later, and I'm like, wait, I just had a round. I don't even know what I was doing, man. It's so nerve wracking. It's not even funny, but it is like business. You know, a lot of it is like business. It's, you know, something where you're doing stuff that's scary, especially for a lot of like the new businesses that are following us. It is scary because you're sometimes picking up the phone to reach out to new power partners, to reach out to new businesses, and sometimes you're on the phone and you just blank out, right? So I think it's one of those things that takes practice, and it takes a lot of like meditation and self-awareness to be able to get through that process in a very strategic manner. Would you agree?
No, definitely, entirely agree. I mean, like you said, you know, you pick up the phone, you try to call someone, because one of the things number one, we're scared of rejection.
Yeah, we are.
You know what I mean? And it's very easy to allow that fear to take over what you're trying to do, even though you're like in midway of taking that step of doing it.
That's what's sad. So another question that we always like to ask people that are on our little segment is, tell us something that, I mean, obviously right now the whole COVID thing kind of sucks, especially for like our personal trainers and for people like in the gym industry and so forth. So what are you doing right now for your business to kind of overcome like the whole COVID thing?
So right now, getting comfortable being online, Zoom, because I was just strictly one-to-one,
right,
in person. And it's just because way I train is like, you know, if we're working a muscle group, I have my hand on your muscle, so one, you could focus on it, and then two, I can see if you're contracting it.
Yeah.
You know, and make adjustments there. But it's getting comfortable with doing Zoom. I'm starting to do group sessions as well, so that's new to me, and just trying it out and see how it goes.
Staying relentless.
You know what I mean?
That's
yeah.
Right. That's right. Yeah, that's what I keep preaching, man. You guys got to keep the foot on the pedal, because obviously a lot of stuff's opening up, thank God. But you know, things are not back to where they were. They might take a while to get there. So we just got to stay relentless, stay focused, keep pushing. Now, I wanted to ask a little bit to tell people, especially like these new businesses that are thinking of like starting or just barely started and COVID hit, like what would you tell them as like young businesses, young entrepreneurs, the people that we're trying to empower? What would you tell them right now? How to stay relentless, how to stay hungry? Like what would you tell them?
Even with what's going on.
Even with what's going on, and just in general too.
Yeah. You know, number one, make sure what you're doing is genuine. You know, it's like something that you really want to do. You have purpose behind what you are building your business in. Another is enjoy the process. You know, you are going to have your ups and downs. It's not always going to be happy, and like you are going to have your wins, you're going to have your losses, but take that and learn from it. You know, adapt and overcome.
Yeah, what's been like your biggest struggle? Since you're a boxer and you're a trainer, I'm gonna ask you this on kind of like on a two-sided way. So, what's been your biggest struggle in business? What's been your biggest struggle in the ring, and how did you overcome them? Those struggles.
Okay. Boxing, my biggest struggle was my confidence. Was building the confidence to go in there and knowing that I'm able to go there and face my opponent, and that I am more than what I think I am in my head, because we think, you know, less of ourselves or our critique. Yeah. So just building that belief that I put in the work and I can do it, and I'm confident that I can go in there.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And then what about in business? Which might be, in my opinion, I know that boxing's tough, but business can be tough too, especially when you're starting off.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I want to say the same thing, because with it's weird. It does blend in with each other. Because as I build confidence, you know, with boxing and saying, okay, I fight. And it's like, okay, I built more confidence. I can do this. That was the same thing with business. You know, I started going out and networking, and it was like scary, but I kept building the confidence.
That's what that.
And that, just doing it and doing it, it led to like more roads. It led to more paths. I just laying a brick at a time, and it let me know that, hey, you can do it. And then when you put in the work, then you start believing it, and I started having more belief in myself. And then now it's like it's easier for me to block out that fear and keep moving ahead when I'm in unknown territory.
Yeah. So funny story, like I could vouch that she's a beast in every way possible, and the reason is we actually met not in anything to do with boxing or training or MMA. We actually met networking. She came to one of my seminars, and from there on, like, man, I was just seeing her everywhere. We had a group here, a networking group, and so she came to that. I think that's where you did your first presentation ever. And so she was a heck of worried. She's like, so what do I do? What do I say? You know, but she's been getting it after it. She's been hard. Like, there's an event, boom, she's there. Like, I tell her, hey, man, there's like networking going on. Cool, where? What time? Boom, I'm there. And that's really what it takes, man. And I know sometimes it's tough because you just got done like training 4 or 5 people, and then it's like, all right, now I got to go home, change, and go network and get some new clients. But that's part of like being in business. That's part of like, you know, developing yourself and developing your bank account too, right? So we got to stay persistent. All right, so that's pretty much what we cover in this segment. If you guys want to know more about Joanne, right now I think the website's jcfitness.com.
But it's gonna switch. It'll be infallibleFit.com.
Yeah.
And it's infallible fit.com.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, Fame Gang, thanks for tuning in. As always, stay relentless, stay hungry, and hopefully we see you guys soon.
Cool.
Yeah, hell yeah.